Around 11 this morning, a stolen truck came across the viaduct here, turned eastbound onto Illinois 92, where the truck then flipped. Gary, and this is water right here from Elkhorn Creek, and you can see that it's made its way right in front of the water waste facility here in Sterling, Illinois. And that is just one of the issues. This rain that we've been seeing all day is still coming down. And another big problem is melting snow and ice. We've seen several cars come up to the road closed or the bridge closed sign right up there and turn right around because they cannot get across. Sharon, we are seeing very small snowflakes, but a very steady snowfall here in Savannah tonight. It's been snowing since we got here around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and you can see that the roads are covered in snow right now here in the downtown area. All along the parade route right now are these signs telling you you've got to get your cars moved by 1 o'clock this morning. And as you can see all up and down 3rd Street here, there are plenty of people who still need to get that done. Gary, what I'm standing in right here is what we've seen across much of the QCA today. Snow and ice melting into slush and puddles. But the problem is a lot of that, as we've been talking about, is going to start refreezing overnight. So USPS is urging you to get out and do a little bit of shoveling if you can, and also make sure you're throwing down that salt. And we have seen melting snow across the Quad Cities today. You can see some of that right here on this sidewalk that I'm standing on. We do have a little bit of ice forming on that sidewalk there. And so those are the things that Eric's been telling us all day that you're going to want to watch out for. The road is still partially blocked off here, but what we were able to see earlier, which was police and fire and EMS, they've all kind of cleared out a little bit. Now, this isn't actually where the plant is. The plant is a little bit further off in the distance. Gary, this tree is a perfect example of the damage that an emerald ash borer can do. Dead tree branches are a telltale sign that your tree is infected, as are these green stalks. Now, another way that you can tell are these small D-shaped holes. This is where the bug comes out of. And the city of Davenport says the best solution to this problem is simply cutting down all of these ash trees. We are here in Pride of the Wapsie strawberry field, where they are getting ready to pick these strawberries right here over the weekend. Now, they have lost about 2/3 of their strawberry crop. Gary, we're here at Summer Ridge Apartments just off of 65th Street in Davenport, and neighbors tell us about 10 years ago this was not a place you would have wanted to be living. But you can see now we have soccer fields behind us here and a park for kids to play in.
Little League season is underway, and a team in West Burlington has a player unlike any other. KWQC's Shelby Shepard introduces us to a 10-year-old overcoming obstacles to prove he's just like any other kid.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody! That's the sound of Little League baseball starting up in West Burlington. And while opening day itself is always exciting, for this team, today is special for another reason.
He was one of my best pitchers last year.
Tonight's starting pitcher had a bit of a setback.
It was a hard decision to make, come in, but we made the decision early so we could get him healed up for this moment.
On January 18th, 10-year-old Garrett Nichols had his leg amputated.
It hurts a little bit sometimes, but it doesn't hurt that much.
It's a decision his parents wanted him to help make.
Doctors actually asked him what he thought.
The surgery itself seems to have been harder on Garrett's parents than it was for the 4th grader.
Don't be scared to get surgery because it doesn't hurt at all.
It was hard on us, but I tell you, when he come out of surgery and he was joking with the nurses and he was whipping the blankets off to show us that he was missing a leg, his attitude was just
it's been positive the whole
just
time,
second to none.
much.
And his attitude hasn't changed. In fact, he's made amputation cool among his peers.
One day, the student came up to me and he asked me, I want to have an amputated leg so I can be like you. I said, are you sure about that?
And now he's showing everyone he's just like any other athlete.
And we've worked hard, we've practiced hard, we've played a lot of catch.
And while he still might have some work to do,
He complains about the leg being heavy, so he's not able to run too good yet.
his hard work proved success with the first pitch of the season. Reporting in West Burlington,
I think we'll see some good things out of him this year.
Shelby Shepard, KWQC, TV6 News.
And we're sure about that. Garrett was born with a club foot. Despite therapy, the nerve damage was too extensive to repair, leading to the amputation.
KWQC Shelby Shepard has been in Sterling throughout the afternoon and evening. She's back with us now tonight. And Shelby, a church is one of the victims of this sewer backup.
This is what the basement of Bethel Reformed Church looks like tonight. The pastor says around 9 this morning, a member realized something wasn't quite right.
Well, right now we're just trying to keep ahead of the water.
Since about 9:30 this morning, the basement of Bethel Reformed Church in Sterling has been battling a backflow of water.
We realized that it was coming up through the drains, through the sewer.
Pastor Gary DeKukuk says they've had plenty of helping hands.
Oh, at one time we've had as many as 8, I think. So, yeah, and that's been good. And we called different people. Do you know where you can get a trash pump?
But they have no idea when this gushing water will come to an end.
We cleaned it up. We actually cleaned it up and it stopped. And then about 1:30 this afternoon, it turned on in a real way.
The city says the church is not the only place dealing with flooding.
We've been getting calls about sewer backups into basements and things of that nature.
City manager Scott Schumard says rain and melting snow and ice caused the wastewater plant to take on a large amount of water.
On a typical day, we get 1 to 2 million gallons. We got 16 million gallons in the last 24 hours.
Schumard says this is a new problem within the city.
It's old broken sewer pipes below ground that are taking in groundwater or sump pumps that are being discharged into it. Whatever the different reason is, it has become a bigger problem in recent years.
He says the city is working to pinpoint the problem and working to fix it.
We're working on a program to measure flows within sanitary sewer systems. We started investigating that last year.
Until you hear otherwise from the city, they are asking residents to conserve water. This means short showers, delaying any laundry, and making sure sump pumps and roof drains are not connected to the sanitary sewer system.
Shelby Shepard explains the tough week Paw Animal Shelter is facing.
It all started Saturday night when someone broke in through the back door. Employees came in Sunday morning to find items taken from a lockbox, including money and gift cards. But even more disturbing to the employees was what they found yesterday morning.
And when I pulled up, I walked by and I'm like, okay, where's Koozie? His pen's not where it's supposed to. What's going on?
The damage, for the most part, is cleaned up.
You can still kind of see some of the blood that's on the cage.
But Paw Shelter Inside Supervisor Amanda Melvin walks us through what happened.
And this whole pen was kind of like cockeyed. I mean, it was slanted this way.
Shelter employees say this incident happened Tuesday night. Someone, they're not sure who, let out this dog after employees and volunteers went home.
They physically didn't harm the animals. It was letting out one of our dogs who is a fence fighter that did the damage.
4 dogs were injured in the process, including Koozie.
Koozie had basically his lip ripped from his jaw, and he ran up and down this fence line, provoking other dogs.
Melvin says she and others don't know what to think.
Now, we don't want to leave any of our animals outside. These are our family. I mean, we're here, we're supposed to be protecting them. And now that someone comes and does this, it's like, we don't feel safe with leaving them out here anymore.
But with a no-kill shelter bursting at the seams,
we do have close to 100, maybe a little over 100 dogs.
They don't have many options.
People take our cans and bottles. They break in our back door. That's like something that we can overlook, but when you harm our animals or you come here and you cause our animals to get out and harm other animals, I mean, that's pushing it.